I keep replaying it in my head, the way they all laughed like I was some kind of inside joke. So yeah, that's where I'm at. This is actually the first time I've said it out loud, but I'm done. I'm not letting them treat me like this anymore. No more playing along, no more pretending I'm part of the family just so they have someone to dump on. I've already started planning what I'm going to do. Not going to post it here yet, but let's just say they're going to wish they'd kept their little gifts to themselves. I'll update if anyone actually cares. But honestly, even if no one reads this, it just feels good to finally get it out. Update 1. All right, y'all. Back for round 2. After posting all that, I thought maybe I'd let it go. But nah. Actually, nah. The more I sat with it, the more I realized, why do I keep letting this happen? They've made it pretty clear I'm just the guy they keep around to fill a seat. Not family. Not in the way that counts. And before anyone says, maybe they were just having a bad day, no. This has been going on for years. It's just usually more subtle. Part of it is because I moved out and didn't follow the plan, which was basically stay close, don't rock the boat, and pretend everything's fine. And part of it is just how my mom is. She likes everyone where she can see them. And if you go off script, suddenly you're a problem. My dad just goes along with it. Uncle Trent loves taking jabs at people. Aurora always needs someone weirder than her. Gail follows the crowd. So, whatever. After that Thanksgiving mess, I just stopped replying to the group chat, ignored a couple of my mom's calls. Eventually, she texted, "You coming for Christmas?" I left her on read. Wasn't ready for another, "Oh, look, Jude still exists" joke. But then I started noticing they were still tagging me in old family pics on Facebook. Gotta keep up appearances, right? Not once did anyone ask if I was actually okay. Classic. Then about a week later, I get a Venmo request from my dad for the family phone plan we're all still on. Not a huge amount, but I've been paying his and my mom's share ever since I moved out. They said they couldn't figure out autopay, and it was easier this way. I'm the only one who actually pays on time, so I just kept doing it. But that's when it hit me. Why am I still funding this nonsense? I'm not trying to be petty. But if I'm lucky enough to sit at their table, maybe they're lucky enough to pay their own bills. So I text my dad, "Put your card on the account this month. I'm done." He calls me immediately, doesn't even say hi, just launches in, "What's your problem lately? You're acting like a child." "Your mom's been stressed." I tell him straight. "I'm not responsible for your stuff anymore." He huffs and hangs up, then texts, "Fine, be that way." So I start peeling myself off everything. Family Netflix, canceled. Hulu, gone. Group Spotify, out. I know that might sound small, but that was just the beginning. I remembered my mom's car insurance is still auto-drafted from my account because he couldn't figure out the app. I cancel it. She'll get a text about it. I don't care. Then I go through my bank statements and realize I've been paying for random stuff for years. Instacart for Grandma, Home Depot runs for Dad, even their roadside assistance renewal last summer. All of it quietly covered by me because they've always made these comments. Jude's got it easy. Jude's single. Jude makes good money. They don't know what I do, just that I never ask for help, so I must be fine. But sitting there, I realized I've been their invisible ATM, and nobody notices unless something goes wrong. So I stop. I just stop. No announcement, no big speech. I let them figure it out. That's when the calls start. First, it's my mom, weirdly polite. "Hey, did you change the insurance?" I say. "You'll have to handle it. I'm out." She gets mad. "You're being selfish." I say, "I'm just matching the energy." She hangs up. Aurora texts, "Mom's freaking out about the bills. Can't you chill for a bit?" I say, "Nope, not my circus." Gail calls. I don't answer. Then Uncle Trent calls, which is wild because he never calls me unless he needs help moving furniture or something. He goes, "You know your mom's going through a hard time." You're making it worse. I laugh and say, maybe she should have thought about that before making me the family punchline. He calls me ungrateful. I hang up. He calls again, leaves a voicemail, ranting, "You're not man enough to handle family responsibilities." I delete it. Now the group chat's blowing up. Dad says he can't pay the phone bill. Not my problem. Mom says she's going to call my bank and tell them I'm being difficult. Blocked. Aurora tags me in a Facebook post about selfish people ruining the holidays. I DM her. You can block me if you want, but I'm not coming to Christmas, and I'm not paying Mom's bills anymore. She replies, "You're being dramatic. It's just money." I told her, it's not about the money. It's about respect. She left me on read. Then something kind of funny happened. In a different group chat, with friends, not family, someone posts a screenshot. It's Gail, asking if anyone knows how to set up autopay for a phone bill. Dead serious, just crowdsourcing how to adult. I didn't respond. I just watched it unfold. But then things started getting more real. I get a call from Grandma's landline. She never calls unless something's wrong. She asks if I'm okay, says my mom's been crying, the family's worried. I tell her, I'm fine, just tired of being treated like an afterthought. She says, well, that's just how your mom is. She likes things her way. I say, maybe it's time someone else gets their way for a change. She sighs and changes the subject. Asks if I'm eating enough. Classic grandma stuff. Then I get a text from Gail. Says she's sorry about Thanksgiving but didn't want to get involved. I reply, you were laughing. That means you were involved. She says, it wasn't about you. It was just a joke. Mom was stressed. So I ask, when is it not a joke? When do I actually get to be part of this family for real? She doesn't answer. I mute her. About 2 weeks go by. I start getting texts from random numbers. Pretty sure it's my mom using other people's phones. I block them. They tag me in old family photos again, acting like everything's fine. For Facebook, the comments are all, hope you're all together for Christmas. And my mom replies, oh yes, so lucky to have everyone home. Like, what? Just lying now. Then friends around town start telling me that my dad's been complaining about me at the bar, saying I've gotten too big for my britches, that I think I'm better than them. Dude, you told me to pay my own way, and now you're mad that I did? Apparently Uncle Trent told his bowling league I cut myself off from the family because I couldn't take a joke. Whatever. At least now they've stopped pretending to care. Then it hits a new level. My mom shows up at my apartment building, desperate move. I get a call from the front desk. You have a visitor. I look out the window. She's standing there, arms crossed, looking pissed. I don't go down. She waits about 15 minutes, then leaves. Texts me afterward. You're making this harder than it needs to be. I don't reply. Here's the thing. They don't actually want me back. They want their ATM. They want their punchline. Sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You don't treat someone like this if you actually care about them. I thought maybe someone would get it. Maybe someone would actually apologize. Nope. Just more guilt trips. How could you do this to us? It's always about how my actions affect them, never about what they did. So yeah, I stopped paying, stopped answering, stopped showing up. I left them to figure it out for once. And not gonna lie, it felt good. Not happy good, but like finally breathing my own air. I don't know what happens next, but I do know I'm not going back to being their backup plan. If they want something from me, they can actually act like I exist, not just when it's convenient. Some people are gonna say this is harsh. But man, you can only get slapped so many times before you start blocking the hits. And yeah, this is just the beginning. I'm not done yet. If they want to play games, I can play too. And I promise, I'm better at it than they are. Update 2. I figured if I ignored them long enough, they'd get bored. Maybe just move on. Nope. I swear, the silence lasted maybe a week. Then the real game started. It's like these people have unlimited energy, as long as it's about appearances and guilt-tripping me into playing my old role. One morning, I wake up to 5 texts in a row from my mom. Are you coming for Gail's birthday? Grandma wants to see you. I leave them on read. I've got nothing left for that. Then it gets weirder. My dad tries to FaceTime me, which like he's never done in his life. When I don't answer, he leaves this long voicemail. You're embarrassing me in front of the family. Dude, I haven't even said anything to anyone. I'm not airing them out, not posting about them, not spreading drama. I'm just not paying their bills or showing up to get roasted at the next family get-together. And suddenly I'm the villain. He says, if you want to act like you're not part of this family, then fine. Don't expect any help from us. Bro, I haven't asked for help since I was 19. Then Aurora starts posting passive-aggressive stories on her Insta. Some people don't know how to be grateful for family. Just because you share blood doesn't mean you have character. So I like one of the posts with a laughing emoji. She blocks me. Gail texts again, says I'm making things worse. I ask, worse for who? Worse for Mom, because she can't get free rides anymore? Or worse for Dad, because he has to remember his own passwords now? She says I'm being mean, that I don't understand how hard it is for them. I reply, nothing's stopping them from treating me like a real person. She goes quiet, then finally says, I don't want to fight. I tell her, then stop picking a side. At this point, I'm over it. So I decide, if they want to make this a thing, I'll make it a thing. I go back through my Venmo, my bank statements, my texts. I pull up everything I've covered in the last 5 years. Phone bills, insurance, groceries, Uber rides for Gail, random, can you grab this, errands. Every little moment where I quietly stepped up while they acted like I was just the lucky one. I even paid for Aurora's dumb dog's vet bill when she couldn't afford it. So I add everything up, every favor, every bill, every, can you grab this for me? Over the years. Then I drop it all in the group chat, with receipts. I say, since y'all are so interested in what I bring to the table, here's the tab. I'll talk to you again when it's paid back. Mom leaves the chat instantly. Dad texts me, you're dead to me. Gail starts typing, then stops. Aurora sends me a bunch of voice notes. I don't even listen. Next day, my phone lights up with Venmo requests. Not even from them, from random extended relatives. Like Nova's mom, who I barely speak to, asking if I can help with holiday expenses. I just decline everything. Apparently, Uncle Trent's been telling people I'm acting out because I couldn't take a joke. He actually calls me. I pick up. He starts ranting. You're embarrassing the family. You need to grow up. Stop acting like the world owes you something. I tell him, nobody's owed anything, but I'm not paying people to laugh at me. He goes, you're gonna regret this, then hangs up. A few days later, my mom shows up again at my apartment. But this time she brings my dad. Someone must have let them in, because suddenly I hear pounding on my door. They're yelling my name. I don't answer. Then I get a text from my neighbor. Hey, do you know these people? They're making a scene. So I crack the door. Tell them to leave. My mom tries to push past me. I block her. She slaps my hand away. My dad starts raising his voice. You're being disrespectful. You're breaking Grandma's heart. This is all about your ego, I tell him. I'm not your ATM, and I'm not your punching bag. If you want to talk, you can start by paying your own bills and apologizing. He goes, you're pathetic. Slams his hand against the wall. I shut the door. They stand out there a while, arguing. I hear my mom say, you let him do this. This is your fault. My dad replies, he's always been like this. Why are you surprised? And I just sit there on the floor because honestly, it's the most honest they've ever been about me. Eventually, they leave. Later that night, I see Aurora post something like, "Family is what you make it." I laugh. Next day, Gail texts me, "Mom's not talking to anyone. Dad's furious. Uncle Trent's telling people you're unstable." I reply, "I'm not unstable. I'm just not playing anymore." She says, "You can't just erase family." I say, "Maybe you can't, but you can make them pay what they owe." Then I start getting calls from unknown numbers, voicemails with just silence or weird background noise. Some are people saying I'm making a mistake. I ignore all of it. Then my building manager emails me. Apparently there were complaints about loud guests. He asks me to keep it down. I reply, "Sorry, won't happen again." So yeah, that's where we're at. They tried to play hardball, but I'm not backing down. I've got actual receipts, and I'm not afraid to use them. I'm not paying another cent, not pretending everything's okay for Facebook, not showing up to be the joke at the table. If they want to talk, they can pay up and treat me like a real person. I don't know what they'll try next, but I'm not worried. I've got my own life, my own place, my own friends who actually give a damn. If family wants to be part of that, they know what they need to do. But I'm not holding my breath. If anything wild happens, I'll be back. And something tells me I haven't heard the last of this. Final update. Not gonna lie, I honestly thought they'd either ghost me completely or hit me with some sappy guilt trip card around the holidays. But nah. My family doesn't do low-key. They go full drama every time. After that last mess, my mom and dad yelling in my hallway, I figured things might finally cool off. Then yesterday, this weird calm. No texts, no Facebook tags. Not even the usual passive-aggressive IG post from Aurora. For a second, I actually thought, maybe they finally got it. Maybe they'd just sit in the mess they made. So I'm on the couch, mid-afternoon, doom-scrolling like usual. I notice a few missed calls from Gail, which is weird because she's been mostly silent since the group chat breakdown. I ignore them. Then, loud banging, like someone's trying to break into the building. I peek out the window, and there it is, my parents' car, parked diagonally in the fire lane. I freeze, like, no way they drove all the way out here. But sure enough, there they are, Mom, Dad, and freaking Uncle Trent, standing outside the front door like they're about to storm a castle, arms crossed, faces tight. Then my building keypad buzzes. They're yelling into the speaker, "We need to talk. This is serious. All of us just want to fix this." I don't answer, just watch from above. A few minutes later, Nova, my neighbor, texts me, "You got a whole squad at your door. Want me to call security?" I say, "Nah, let's see how long it takes for them to get tired." But of course not. My family thrives on drama. They've got stamina for days when there's a meltdown brewing. 5 minutes in, some poor guy probably just wanting the noise to stop buzzes them in. And suddenly, they're at my door, pounding. Hard enough to shake the frame. I leave my headphones on for a second, but then I hear it. My mom yelling, "Jude, open this door. Right now. You can't just ignore us forever." My dad tries the tough guy tone. "We drove 4 hours for this. You owe us a conversation." Trent's in the back muttering, "This is what happens when you let kids run wild." I wait a beat. Then I crack the door open. I say, "What do you want?" My mom immediately tries to push past me. I block her with my foot. She hits my arm, not hard, but just enough to make her point. My dad's face is red. He steps forward like he's about to barrel through me too. But I don't move. I just stare at him and say, "We're not doing this inside. If you want to talk, we do it in the hallway." Nova, my neighbor, is poking her head out of her door, watching the whole thing unfold. My mom starts in. Of course, You're tearing this family apart. You've made it all about money. Grandma's been crying for weeks. How could you do this to us? My dad piles on. Oh, you think you're better than us now? Just because you moved out? Pay your own bills? Now you think you can cut us off and embarrass us in front of everyone? Trent chimes in with his usual garbage. You were always the problem, Jude. Always stirring things up. Never grateful. I let them go for a minute. Just standing there. Then I say, so you all drove 4 hours to tell me I'm a disappointment. Because I stopped letting you treat me like your punchline and your ATM? Mom fires back. Don't you dare make us out to be the villains. You're the one who walked away. I go, yeah, I walked away because you literally said I should be grateful just to sit at your table. What kind of family says that? Dad starts raising his voice. You're twisting things. You know your mom didn't mean it. You've always been too sensitive. I say, nah, I'm just done pretending that's normal. You want help? Pay me back what you owe. You want me to show up? Then treat me like I actually matter, not just when you need something or when you want someone to laugh at. My mom tries to slap my arm again. I catch her wrist, look her in the eye and say, don't do that. She jerks her hand back and slams her purse against the wall. Then Trent steps in, real close, trying to intimidate me, says, you need to grow up. Family comes first. I look him dead in the eye. Maybe you should tell that to the people who raised me. He shoves my shoulder. I shove him right back. Didn't even think about it. Now people down the hall are watching. One person's literally filming. My dad notices and hisses, everybody calm down. But my mom's already crying. She says, this is all your fault. I can't believe you do this to your own mother. And I go, I can't believe you'd show up at my door and expect me to just take it, like always. Then my phone rings. It's Gail. I answer and put her on speaker. She says, hey, what's going on? Mom said you were being violent. I say, you're on speaker. Tell them what you told me last week, about how you wish they'd stop making me the villain. She goes silent. My mom lunges for the phone. I hold it up. Dad tries to slam the door shut, but I block it with my foot. Again. Trent mutters, this is stupid. Let's go. He storms off and slams the stairwell door behind him. My mom just stares at me, breathing heavy. Then she says, you'll regret this, Jude. And I say, maybe, but I won't regret standing up for myself. Dad finally lets go of the door. Follows Trent, still muttering about ungrateful kids. Mom stays for a second. Looks like she wants to say something, but she just grabs her bag, walks away, slams the door behind her. I stand there for a second. Then, close my own door, lock it, and sink into the couch. Nova texts me. You good? I say, yeah. Actually, better than I've felt in a long time. Didn't get any more calls that night. Later, I see Mom posted a long, emotional Facebook status about how family is complicated. Whatever. Aurora commented, love you, Mom. You're the best. Gail hasn't texted me since, but I'm not chasing anybody. I don't know what comes next, but honestly, I'm not worried about it. I'm done being the doormat, done being the joke, done being the free ride. They can talk, cry, scream, whatever they need to do. But I made my point, and they'll have to live with it. I hope they remember that long drive home, every minute of it.